Welcome to a blistering hot day in the Kansai area, where I'm here to drive arguably the most beautiful car ever made in Japan, the FD RX-7. This is my dream car. Personally, I'm heavily Mazda biased. I own an NC MX-5, and pretty much every Mazda I get into, I just love them. So I will admit wholly that I have a Mazda bias, and then with that bias, kind of sort of peak Mazda, especially peak Mazda sports car, is the FD RX-7. And I've always dreamed about driving one of these cars. I mean, it's so beautiful. It has such a good reputation for being such a good sports car. But there is that fear where you finally drive it and you go like, oh my God, I hate it. And like dream cars should probably just stay in your dreams or something. But when you get a chance to drive your dream car, you give it a go. So the question is, will I enjoy this as much, if not more, than my own MX-5? So the inside of the RX-7 is quite different from what I'm used to. I'm starting to understand what people mean when they kind of joke and say an MX-5 isn't a real sports car, because this is, like, no one can argue, this is a real sports car, and it's uncomfortable. You're sitting really low, the steering wheel feels like it's about to punch you in the face, there's no room to move, and it's just incredibly tight, like the cockpit of a fighter pilot. Now, when I first got in this car, I was like, oh God, this is claustrophobic, I don't like it. And then over time, I was like, I kind of get it. It's actually kind of really cool. But the inside, I love the white face gauges, they're beautiful. This specific steering wheel I find very lovely. But other than that, I mean, it looks nice, but the plastics are incredibly cheap. And for, you know, kind of late 90s Japanese sports car especially, yeah, there's so many creaks and rattles. Anything you touch creaks, and then as you drive down the road, everything rattles. But because it's such a beautiful car, you kind of forgive it. So I think the back seat of this car was made for tax purposes rather than anything else. I mean, it's a great place to put your backpacks, but let's see if I can actually sit in here. Okay, in the seat. Oh my God, the front seat's not even up yet, and whoa. Okay, I guess you can get someone back here, but you have to really hate them. So for being such a hardcore sports car, it does at least have a trunk. I mean, it's quite big. You can see I can sit in it. However, you'll notice my knee's already poking out of the top and the lid's not even down yet. So what does that mean? If you have luggage that you want to put in here, make sure it's really thin. Okay, setting off on a bit of windy road in the FD RX-7. So dream come true now. Okay, so things that I've noticed already. Yeah, Mazda really knows how to make a manual transmission. This thing, yeah, it shifts really nice and crisp. It's different from an MX-5 transmission. It's a bit more manhandly, like you have to put a bit more force into it. Kind of slots in a bit more like a rifle bolt. It's really nice, but it is different from an MX-5, but I like it. So, another thing that I've noticed immediately is the steering feel. I always hear Lotus has the best steering. I've never had the joy of driving a Lotus before, but I imagine it's something like this, because like, I've driven cars with nice steering, especially MX-5s are known for nice steering. Well, maybe not the ND, but this is in a class of its own. Yeah, you could tell everything about the car just from turning the wheel. I'm not even driving that fast, and it's already telling me, yeah, you can go about 6 times faster and I'll do it. It's not even like, oh, you're approaching the limit. It will just let you know, yeah, the limit's still 6 times away. It's just such communicative steering. Really love it. The brake feel, the throttle response, everything about this car input-wise is top-notch. Yeah, I sound like I'm fanboying right now. I am. If you want to hear some bad things about this car, this is on aftermarket Blitz coilovers. The ride quality is atrocious. I don't know if that's just an RX-7 problem or it's specifically Blitz dampers are pretty hard riding. Anything else? Yeah, rattling everywhere. You kind of bounce around everywhere. You can't really hear the engine note that well because you're bouncing around. However, it's just so lovely to drive. I have the dumbest grin under my face under this mask just because of how much in awe I am about how well this car drives. It's just a thing of beauty. So it would be kind of rude of me not to mention the rotary engine in this car. And it's wonderful. I do realize these things are unreliable and have all of these hilarious issues with them, but right now, because it's working, it's such a special engine. The smoothness of how it revs up, the way it delivers the power. I mean, these turbos come in quite smoothly. I've heard that the turbos actually have this weird lag in between and everything, but I think because this is a later RX-7, I haven't run into that issue. And oh geez, the power is intoxicating. And it just delivers it in such a fun and usable way. Just genuinely in love with this car right now. I have to apologize to my own MX-5 because I really want one of these now. But with that said, the rational side of me knows it's a bad idea to have one of these cars. They are way too expensive for what they are, and the maintenance is just something I don't want to deal with. So, is this car peak Mazda? Is it better than an MX-5? Yes, absolutely, hand on heart. You need to try and drive one of these cars. It is an unforgettable experience. This is the best car I've ever driven in terms of sports carness and fun. However, that's what the heart says, the brain says, get an MX-5. Thank you for watching.